Welcome to episode 3 of Scary Stories, Shadows in the Dark, your daily dose of fear, where every night brings a new tale to chill your spine. From haunted forests to cursed towns, we uncover the secrets that linger in the shadows. The Vanishing Road of Clifton Forge. Deep in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, near the small town of Clifton Forge, there's a road that doesn't appear on any map. Locals call it Old Hollow Road, but most refuse to speak of it for fear of attracting its curse. The legend says the road only appears to those who are lost, and once you drive it, you might never come back. In the fall of 1997, a couple named Mark and Rachel were driving through the Blue Ridge on their way to a cabin rental. A wrong turn led them down a narrow, unmarked road. The forest on either side was dense, the towering trees blocking out most of the late afternoon sunlight. "This isn't on the map," Rachel said, studying the GPS screen that now showed no signal. "It's probably just a backroad shortcut," Mark replied, brushing off her concern. But as the road twisted and turned deeper into the woods, the unsettling quiet set in. There were no birds, no rustling leaves, just the hum of the car's engine. They drove for miles, the road becoming rougher and more uneven. Finally, they spotted a figure standing by the roadside, an old man with his back turned to them. His clothes were tattered, his gray hair disheveled. Mark slowed the car and rolled down the window. "Hey, sir, do you know where this road leads?" The old man turned his head slowly, his eyes milky white. "The road leads you where it wants," he said in a raspy whisper. Then he pointed ahead and added, "But you don't want to go where it ends." Mark and Rachel froze, the air in the car growing icy. Without another word, Mark hit the gas, speeding past the man. But the further they drove, the stranger things became. The trees looked warped, their branches curling like claws overhead. The road, once cracked pavement, turned to loose gravel and then to dirt. And then it happened. They saw their car up ahead, the same make, model, and license plate. It was parked on the side of the road, doors flung open as if someone had fled in a hurry. "That's impossible," Rachel whispered, her voice trembling. Mark pulled over and they cautiously approached the vehicle. Inside, the seats were shredded, and the dashboard was coated in a fine layer of black ash. A foul stench filled the air, something like burnt hair and decay. Before they could investigate further, the sound of laughter echoed through the forest, high-pitched, childlike, but wrong. They spun around, and that's when they saw them. Shadowy figures standing in the trees, their heads tilted unnaturally, their eyes glowing faintly in the dim light. Panicking, they jumped back into their car and sped down the road. But no matter how far or fast they drove, the road never ended. It twisted and looped, passing by the same landmarks again and again. The warped trees, the parked car, and the shadowy figures, now closer each time. Hours later, the car finally sputtered to a stop, out of gas. Rachel screamed as the shadowy figures emerged from the woods, surrounding them, their glowing eyes the last thing she saw before everything went dark. The next morning, their car was found abandoned near Clifton Forge, but Mark and Rachel were never seen again. Some say Old Hollow Road took them, claiming their souls like so many others before them. Others whisper that if you get lost near Clifton Forge, you might find yourself on the same road, trapped in its endless loop, haunted by the shadows until you too vanish without a trace.